Hello everybody, welcome back to another Expeditions Guide. Today we're taking a look at Back to the Cave. This is an expedition in the Sedona Region. For this expedition you need to have a hydro monitoring system and a light beacon. So we're going to be using the stepped crocodile. And I have the hydro monitoring system as well as some extra fuel, anchors, and jack screws with me, tools for this expedition. So what are we going to be doing? We got to go into the cave. So we're going to follow this path from the outpost over to the cave entrance. Once we get to the cave, I will show you some more details on what exactly we're going to be doing. That being said, let's begin. So starting off, we're going to depart from the outpost, and we're going to make our way down into the salt flat. And we're going to cross over the salt flat here. Once we get past the salt flat, we're going to go ahead and climb up this hill here. And then we're going to follow this path over the hill just a little bit. And then we're going to make our way down and into the water. Just going to zip right across the water here. Go back into the water for just a little bit here. Now, when we get to the cave, the path is going to be mostly the same as what it was when we did a new adventure. But we are going to be taking some alternate routes through the cave because we got to get to some different spots in the cave for our mission objectives, as well as some slightly different routing since we're using a slightly larger truck. And I'll go over that more in detail when we actually get to the cave. So we're going to go around the weird tree here. Cross over here. Climb up this hill. And then we're going to make our way right on over to the cave. So we're going to go through this rock pass here. Now, there is a rock blockage here. I already have this cleared out, but if you haven't cleared this out yet, it is 75 spare parts to use this little path through the rocks here. We're going to zip down here. And we're going to head over to that waypoint on the left here so that we can make our turn down the hill here. We're going to go right across the mud. And up this rock ledge. And we're going to follow this all the way over to our cave entrance. Alright, so now we're going to head into the cave. Alright, so once we get into the cave, we're going to go around this rock and head right on down our path here. Get ourselves positioned properly here. And let's get down here, and then I'll show you where we're going. Alright, so we're basically going to follow this path here. This is pretty standard. And once we get over here, we got some objectives over here to hit. We got to install the hydro monitoring system. And then we're going to take this wider loop here. I know earlier we took the shorter loop, but with the larger truck, we're going to take the wider loop. Make our way over towards this gateway. Which, actually, I don't know why I have a Waypoint over there. That is not moving for me. That's okay. And then we're going to take this path over here. We've got some waypoints to hit over here. And then we're going to end over by this gateway. I'll adjust that waypoint when we get over there. But for now, let us continue along our way. So we're going to make our way up this hill here. And we're going to make our way down. Head up to the right here. And we're just going to go right around this loop here. Continue through the tunnel here. Once we get over here, we're going to cross through the water and head on up. Make our way across these cracks in the ground here. One thing that is nice with the crocodile here is I do have those wider mud tires, so they are less likely to get caught in the cracks in the ground, so you can kind of just zip over those pretty easily. Stuck here, you go over this rock on the right here. Here, we're just going to climb up. Right over here is that tricky spot. We're going to make it? No, we did not make it. Okay. Let's see. There we go. Didn't quite make it with the wider vehicle, but that's okay. Always bring jack screws and anchors. They're super helpful, especially in these caves. In the caves, you can kind of get stuck. So, super helpful. Especially going over that hill there. Anyway, we're going to climb up here. And then over here, we're going to make our way down. And we're going to head over to the left here. Yeah, I probably should have just used an anchor at that drop point. That might have been a little bit more helpful. But, you know, I got the jack screws. That's why I bring them. You never know when you might need them. Especially for weird hills like that one. But we're going to continue on here. Navigating through these rock pillars here. And we're just about to our first objectives. The first one is going to be right here. This place was found by one of our team members. He followed the sound of dripping water. So we're going to go right down here and do some scanning. We got to take a picture of the back of this cave right here, the whirlpool. There's that, and then we're going to go right across right here and install the hydro monitoring system that we brought with us. With that installed, you can go ahead and back up and make our way out of this little cavern. And now we're going to continue to follow the tunnel here. And this time we're going to be heading up the left side here. And we're just going to continue to follow this tunnel here. Go across over here. We want to go for this rock right here. Give us some traction that we can use to climb up. Go around this pillar. Bats. I like that. They added a little jump scare in the bats. That's cool. I like that. They're essentially turning this into a horror game at this point. Look at the bats. They're great. It's a nice touch to the cave. It's a really cool touch. Alright, so up here you got a split. With the big truck, we're going to go up to the left. If you try to go down the right side, you're just going to get stuck down there. So we're going to stay up here to the left. We're going to stay as far to the wall as we can. So we climb down here. I'm actually running low on fuel here, so we're going to take a moment to fill up with all that wonderful fuel I brought with me in the sideboards. I'm going to climb over these rocks here. We're going to head down and take this right tunnel. And once we get over here, we're going to just follow the water. And go right through the tunnel. And go up over the ledge. And right on over to our waypoint. It's right here. And here's where we're going to install the light beacon. And while I'm here, I want to see if I can grab this point. There we go. Alright, so with the light beacon installed, you can see it right there. We're going to take this tunnel to our right. Go right across this crack. zipping right through here. Right over here, we got a waypoint. Why didn't the students tell anyone about the ancient murals down here? And over here we have to go ahead and grab this ancient idol. We got one more waypoint here. And we're going to go ahead and examine the room. Oh, that was close. We might need to contact the students from the camp and inquire about their findings. Alright, so that being said, we're going to continue on our way. We got one more checkpoint to get to. Now this is where things get fun, because we want to go to the left there, but we can't quite just go down there. So we're going to go across this bridge and make our way down past all this pottery. Try and get turned around here. I'm going to do a nice big U-turn here. And then we can go under the bridge and head on over to the waypoint. It's right over here. Right on over here, and that is going to complete the expedition. Find another passage to the surface. So that's going to complete Back to the Cave, and this unlocks a new engine for the Shiba Overlander, as well as the additional gateways into cave number 2. So, hope you guys enjoyed this guide. Let me know what you think, and I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye!